Cruise news time. Royal Caribbean says no more passengers added to their cruise ships for the next few weeks. Cayman Islands are supposed to start back up on the 28th of December. Well, that's not happening. In Hawaii, the debate rages. Will there be cruises there in January of 2022? Plus, the same debate that rages every year on this date. When are you supposed to open Christmas presents? Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, today is the day that Santa prepares his sleigh. It is the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody out there that celebrates and everybody out there waiting in anticipation for their Christmas gifts. I'm not saying that I'm waiting in anticipation for my Christmas gifts, but maybe I am. And the debate rages on at this house. Look, I'll put it right up before the cruise news because I feel it's more important. When should you open Christmas gifts? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Leave a comment below. Let's settle this here. I'm leaning toward Christmas. I'm leaning toward Christmas Eve. How about that? I hope my family's watching. But let's talk cruise news. First story, Royal Caribbean has spoken out and said, look, they're not taking any more passengers on their cruise ship into early January. A lot of people have been talking about it over the last few days that if you went to book on Royal Caribbean, you could not. They were not allowing any new bookings. Travel agents, regular people using the website, not allowed to book onto any more cruise ships. And people started asking questions. And now we've had a couple statements come out on the Twitter site from Royal Caribbean. Also a statement from Vicky Freed saying that, look, we're at capacity. We're not going to add any more people to our cruise ships. There's no cruises that are canceled, but we're capped. How about that? And so, yeah, if you planned on getting on a Royal ship over the next couple weeks just willy-nilly, well, you got to back it down a little bit because you won't be able to do that. But there were a lot of people concerned. Was this an indication that cruises may be canceled? That's not what it's an indication of. It's more of a realization that they want to sail at a certain capacity, and they've hit that number. We're not sure exactly what that published number is. Michael Bailey, the president of Royal Caribbean International, did put out a big post yesterday talking about the move to a more increased capacity with some of their cruise ships sailing in the 80% capacity over the last month or so. And so whatever the number is, they're capped. And so that's interesting. Have you tried to book a Royal Caribbean cruise over the last few days? Did you notice this? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 2. Many people are waiting for the Cayman Islands to open up. They've been very conservative, rightly so, doing whatever they need to do to keep their islands safe. We certainly understand and appreciate that. But there was a date set on the calendar for Holland America's new Stadendam to go to Cayman Islands. That was set for December the 28th. In an announcement yesterday from officials there in Grand Cayman, they have nixed that stop, and they are citing the inability or the shortcomings of the testing protocol from the cruise line. Cayman Island implemented a new, you have to have a negative test 24 hours before you come on to Cayman Island. That certainly becomes a challenge for cruise ships going to Cayman Island, and it sounds like they could not work it out with Holland America, and so the scheduled stop on the 28th of December will be no more. And there you go. So that's a bummer. We're waiting for Cayman Island as one of those indicators that more islands are opening up, and now not so. We'll have to see that. That'll happen sometime in 2022. And I know many of you guys out there curious as to what's going on in Hawaii, and much of the time, not much is going on in Hawaii, but we do have some conversation going on. I do want to share that with you, but before we get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of those episodes. And I tell you what, it would be a great Christmas gift to Jenny and I. If you're somebody who's been watching the show and never subscribed, it doesn't cost anything. It helps us out with YouTube. It helps grow the show. And yeah, we'd appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. Consider it. Hit the subscribe button. All right, Hawaii, what's going on there? Well, the plan all along was that Hawaii was to open up in 2022, and we're approaching January of 22, where there's supposed to be cruise ships representing about 8,000 passengers there in January of 2022. Now, unfortunately, because of all the hubbub lately with Omicron and the more visibility of virus counts on cruise ships, there are people speaking out in Hawaii going, is this the safest thing to do right now? Look, it's a reasonable conversation. Again, when all of this gets elevated, you know, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir a little bit. We know that there's been cases on cruise ships all along. And, you know, the CDC, the cruise lines working together, tracking this number. We don't know what the numbers are because those numbers aren't published. But now we're starting to see some revelations of the numbers, 50 on this ship, 40 on that ship, 17 on a ship here and there. And the question is this out of level of tolerance? Is this something to be worried about? The knee-jerk reaction is, yes, of course, worry about it. You're hearing about viruses on cruise ships, but I don't think that's the right approach. But either way, there's people rightly concerned for Hawaii, which, you know, makes sense. That's people's jobs to be concerned, the health officials, and they're saying, is this the right time? And so it's not clear. That's all I'm going to say. It's not clear. This is the first opposition I've really heard to opening up in January for Hawaii. So it's unclear whether or not that cruising is going to kick off. The cruises that are set for there have not canceled or anything, but definitely I've been reading a few articles where the people that are in charge of health there in Hawaii pushing back a little bit against cruising. We'll have to see what happens. And let me take a quick second to make the case for why you should open up Christmas presents on Christmas Eve if there's no small children in your house. Let's do it like that. So look, we're all adults in my house. All of our kids are older. They all like to sleep until noon every day, and we all like to open Christmas presents. So here's my thought. Since we all will probably sleep in on Christmas Day, but we all want to open our presents, I think that we should open the presents on Christmas Eve. That way nobody has to wake up early. And then the cool thing is you'll have all the wrapping paper gone, all that stuff. You don't have to deal with it on Christmas Day. It's out of the way. I'm talking efficiency here. That's the plea that I'm making. The reason you should open gifts on Christmas Eve is because it's the most efficient. Who's with me? It's not just this uncontrollable desire to know what's under the tree. I promise. I promise. Just let me open one. When do you open your Christmas gifts? Look, all kidding aside, you know, it's a time of year for reflection. It's a time of year to be grateful for undeserved gifts. You know, sometimes you don't even recognize the gifts that you're given in life. Sometimes you don't even know when to be grateful. And so if you can foster an attitude of gratitude all the time, realizing that there's things out there to be thankful for and people out there to be thankful for that you may not even know, then I feel like you'll be all the better. And so just from our house to your house, we're grateful for this cruise life. We're grateful for this community. And just a big thank you to all you guys for being a part of it. Whether we know you well, whether we don't know you at all, whether you're for us or whether you're against us, we count it all as good. And so thank you guys, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, and yeah, enjoy your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Boom, that's your cruise news. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. Please show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.